Imagine a vault, thick steel doors, state-of-the-art alarms, and masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Degas. Priceless, irreplaceable. Now imagine waking up one morning to find them all gone, vanished into thin air, leaving behind only empty frames and a chilling silence. This isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. This is the true story of the single largest property theft in human history, a mystery that has haunted the art world for over 3 decades. To truly grasp the audacity and the enduring enigma of this crime, we need to transport ourselves back to the early hours of March 18, 1990. The setting, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, Massachusetts. A place of profound beauty, designed by its eccentric patron, Isabella Stewart Gardner herself, to be a living work of art. Every painting, every sculpture, every piece of furniture, meticulously placed to evoke a European palazzo. The museum, a beloved Boston landmark, was guarded, like most institutions of its kind, by a network of optical alarms, motion sensors, and security guards. It was, by all accounts, a fortress, particularly on a night like St. Patrick's Day weekend, when the city's revelry provided a convenient cover of distraction. The specific target, it later became clear, was not merely art, but art of an unparalleled historical and financial magnitude. Works like Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only known seascape, and A Lady and Gentleman in Black. Vermeer's The Concert, one of only 34 known Vermeers in existence. 5 exquisite sketches by Edgar Degas, and Edouard Manet's Chez Tortoni, a vibrant glimpse into Parisian café life. These weren't just pretty pictures, they were cornerstones of art history, each with a story, each with an immeasurable legacy. The total value? Conservatively estimated at $500 million, though frankly, for works like these, priceless is the only accurate descriptor. The night began like any other for the 2 security guards on duty, Richard Abath and Randy Heston. Around 1:24 a.m., a red Dodge Daytona pulled up to the museum's rear entrance on Palace Road. 2 men dressed in police uniforms, complete with hats, badges, and neatly trimmed mustaches, buzzed the intercom. They claimed to be responding to a report of a disturbance. Abath, against protocol but perhaps lulled by their convincing demeanor, buzzed them in. What followed was a scene ripped straight from a heist movie. The officers immediately handcuffed Abath, duct-taped his hands and feet, and led him to the basement. Randy Heston, the other guard, was similarly subdued. The police uniforms, it turned out, were meticulous fakes, right down to the gold buttons. The guards were no match for these determined and utterly ruthless criminals. With the guards incapacitated, the thieves then spent a staggering 81 minutes inside the museum. This wasn't a smash and grab. This was a meticulously planned, almost leisurely operation. They navigated through the dimly lit galleries with an uncanny familiarity. They ignored certain highly valuable pieces, suggesting a very specific shopping list. They didn't even touch the Raphael self-portrait, a masterpiece in its own right. Instead, they focused on their targets with chilling precision. They cut The Storm on the Sea of Galilee and A Lady and Gentleman in Black directly from their frames, leaving jagged canvas edges as a brutal testament to their disrespect. They attempted to remove a Napoleonic eagle from its stand, but it proved too heavy, so they left it, a curious detail in an otherwise flawless execution. They took The Concert, also cut from its frame. They even inexplicably stole an ancient Chinese bronze beaker and a small finial from a Napoleonic flag, items whose market value paled in comparison to the masterpieces. Why? Was it personal, a souvenir, or a deliberate misdirection? When they were finally done, they led the 2 bound guards back to the security office, severed the video recordings, and vanished into the pre-dawn Boston mist, leaving behind an empty red Daytona, empty frames, and a staggering void in the art world. The alarm wasn't raised until nearly 8 hours later, shortly after the day shift guards arrived. The initial police response was frantic, bordering on disbelief. How could such a thing happen? The FBI was immediately called in, and the investigation, codenamed Ice Pond, became one of the most intense and complex in their history. The scene offered frustratingly few clues. No fingerprints belonging to known criminals were found, no DNA. The security footage, as mentioned, was gone. The only tangible evidence was the duct tape, the handcuffs, and the empty frames, each a gaping wound where beauty once resided. Initial theories ranged from local Boston mobsters seeking leverage or a ransom to international art traffickers, even to eccentric private collectors. Over the years, countless informants came forward, some genuine, many charlatans trying to claim the massive reward eventually offered. The FBI released surveillance images of several individuals, including two men who were seen exiting the museum around the time of the heist. They pursued leads related to Boston's notorious Irish mob, specifically figures like James Whitey Bulger and the Merlino crime family. There were whispers that the stolen art was being used as collateral for drug deals, passed between various criminal organizations, hidden in plain sight, or buried in concrete. The names of Red Kelly, Robert Gentile, and David Turner, all individuals connected to organized crime, surfaced repeatedly as persons of interest or individuals with alleged knowledge of the art's whereabouts. But every lead, every promising tip, seemed to dissolve into dead ends, shadows, and conjecture. The sheer volume of rumors and false information only muddied the waters further. The art market, normally bustling, remained eerily silent regarding these specific pieces. No credible offers, no black market sightings. It was as if they had truly vanished from the face of the earth. To this day, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist remains unsolved. The empty frames hang in the Dutch Room and other galleries, a haunting testament to what was lost, a permanent ghost of masterpieces past. The museum, honoring Isabella's will, refuses to move any other art into the vacant spots, hoping that one day the originals will return. The reward for information leading to the recovery of the art, last set at a staggering $10 million, remains unclaimed. Investigators continue to follow cold leads, pursuing every whisper of a rumor, clinging to the hope that a deathbed confession, a sudden pang of conscience, or even a slip of the tongue might finally break the case. The FBI's current assessment is that several pieces of the stolen work were offered for sale in Philadelphia about a decade after the heist, and that the art found its way back to New England, where at least some of it was transported through the hands of a criminal organization. But beyond these tantalizing, unverified fragments of information, the truth remains obscured. The mystery deepens with each passing year, the thieves growing older, perhaps even having passed away, taking their secrets to the grave. What really happened to those masterpieces? Were they simply destroyed? Are they gathering dust in some forgotten attic? Or are they still out there, waiting to be rediscovered, a ghostly reminder of a night when beauty was stolen and a profound silence descended upon the art world, a silence that echoes to this very day? If you're fascinated by unsolved mysteries and incredible heists, you might want to explore the infamous Gardner Museum art theft further. The story is a sprawling narrative of intrigue, crime, and the enduring power of art itself. What do you think happened to the art? Some suggest it's too famous to sell. Others believe it's already been sold to a clandestine collector. Perhaps the most chilling thought is that it is simply gone forever.